We're getting it started, good people. All right, good people. My brother.
Yo, what's up?
What's
yo,
up?
yo.
What's up, fam? How you?
I'm doing good.
Fine.
It's great to have
Mira, it's great to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to be here.
Great to be here, man. It's amazing to talk to you, good brothers. Bacoso. Yeah,
That's right.
man. I've been able to just kind of research the film, but for me, at my roots in terms of being Ghanaian. We need Fist Up to get on there with us, huh?
Ah,
Yo, we got all three.
Okay, all right. All right. I thought we had a bit of a glitch. Okay, so I'm from Ghana, so I feel like the connection is naturally there. Yeah, and what you all have created kind of encapsulates. We all know has always been, in our roots, but now it's being brought to the forefront, and it's an understanding. And I want to, if you don't mind, just introduce yourselves, man, because I think you all would probably be able to do it even much better than I could possibly do it. But just if you don't mind, a little background on you before we get started for everybody joining us.
Sounds good. Hiwe, start us off, Hiwe.
dime, tradúcelo.
Dale.
Dime, bueno,
Él quiere que tú dale una introducción sobre quién tú eras y sobre un poco sobre Bacoso.
bueno, yo soy DJ Hiwe, directamente desde La Habana, Cuba, y soy DJ, productor musical desde hace ya unos cuantos años, y me he dedicado un poco a contar historia a través de la música que produzco, y he servido también como un puente entre Hiwe, que es un visitante de otro planeta, con los habitantes del planeta Tierra. Cali, ¿tú vas haciendo la traducción o cómo lo hacemos?
Yo voy. So his name is DJ Hiwe. He's calling in live and direct from Havana, Cuba. And he is a producer and a DJ. He's been doing it for quite some time. He's kind of been able to connect the idea of what a Higwe is, which is like a spirit, with the personal to kind of create the work that he's been able to do.
Awesome. Ask you, Wade, because one of the things I noticed in the film was he went to see, was it his grandmother in the film? And she's very much, she reminds me, I mean, that could have been Ghana, that could be Nigeria. So it shows us how much we are really all the same. And I saw her doing, it looked like, maybe a spiritual practice. You know what I mean? They were just having a conversation. I wanted to understand, for Hiwe, what that was like growing up, because I'm sure for him too, he's always felt the connection to Africa. But now you're able to share it through this music and really broaden it. What is his motivation as it relates to that?
Él quiere hablar, que tú hablas un poco sobre la conexión que tú tienes o tenías con su abuela, porque él dice que parece mucho de Ghana, de Nigeria, de otros países. ¿Cómo tú sientes como crecido en esta espiritualidad?
Sí, bueno, como bien dice, estamos hablando, ¿no? La conexión entre mi abuela y no solamente yo diría la familia, el seno familiar en general, fue y es aún una conexión bien importante porque hay un rol bien importante en las familias cubanas, que existen estos ejemplos, como el caso de mi abuela, por ejemplo, que era como una especie de patrona, de persona que cuidaba a la familia.
All right. So he's saying that growing up in a Cuban family, that that she played a very important role in terms of connecting people to their ancestors and connecting people spiritually, and that that her presence is one that is critical for him as well as for his entire family.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, Higüey.
Y esa conexión es, además, es muy importante porque es una conexión espiritual que de cierta manera y en gran medida ha permitido que nosotros estemos conectados con nuestras raíces de las cuales fuimos separados. Entonces, de muchas maneras hay una información ancestral que no tenemos, pero gracias a personas como mi abuela, que lograron servir como un eslabón entre los ancestros que sí vinieron de África a las futuras generaciones que nacimos en Cuba y en la diáspora en general. Entonces eso es una conexión muy, muy importante.
So he's saying that it's a very special connection that without people like her, some of that connection to their ancestors and to connect to the motherland, to the continent, would be gone. So he recognizes that importance and that role. And because of her, he feels that not only him, but his family, and there are other people like her that are bridges or connecting pieces that connect people today in Cuba, as well as the Cuban diaspora, to their ancestors and to Africa, to the motherland.
Interesting. Speaking of the diaspora, Higüey, I want to know his thoughts on how individuals in Cuba look at the diaspora, certainly with the music now being infused into it, and kind of seeing how prominently he's really a champion for the culture and moving it ahead. How does Cuba see the diaspora? Because I tend to know that sometimes in Latin America, I tend to feel like people may separate themselves. They may not even see themselves as black or what have you, because they don't want to identify that way. But I wanted to understand the thoughts on the diaspora as a whole, the African diaspora.
Él está preguntando sobre la conexión y cómo se ve los africanos en términos de una perspectiva cubano, porque a veces la gente de la diáspora no se ve que hay una conexión tan fuerte, y él está diciendo también cuál es la conexión en términos de la punto de vista por la música como Afrobeats.
Mira, eso es un tema bien polémico e interesante porque es un problema que ha existido por muchos años, que las personas y la diáspora africana o los afrodescendientes, como también se dice, no se sienten conectados con sus raíces africanas. Y eso es un resultado, o ha sido un resultado de llevado a cabo por el colonialismo, ¿no? Por el neoliberalismo y cómo, ¿sabe? Han tratado de separarnos totalmente de nuestras raíces, ¿entiendes? Y por eso se puede dar el caso de, por ejemplo, muchos latinoamericanos afrodescendientes, pero que no sienten una conexión real con sus ancestros, con sus raíces que vienen del continente africano.
So he's saying that Cuba has a unique perspective, and Cubans have a unique perspective that many of the other countries that speak Spanish, as a result of colonialism and neoliberalism, that people have separated themselves from the continent, or they have seen it in sometimes a negative light. And so he's saying that, you know, with that loss, you also lose connection to who you are and to your ancestors. So he sees like the music and the movement as a way to connect people.
Ya. Y en ese sentido, por eso la música ha sido tan importante, porque ha sido una de las alternativas que ha permitido, o que esa desconexión o que esa intención de separarnos por completo del continente africano no haya sido del todo efectiva, porque la música ha superado esas barreras, ¿no? Y la gente, incluso que en gran medida no se siente africano porque desconoce cuál es su historia, cuáles son sus raíces, de dónde viene, todo su pasado ancestral, pero la música, desde el punto de vista también espiritual, logra un acercamiento de esas personas que simplemente no tienen la información para entender cuántas cosas nos unen o nos conectan con el continente africano. Cuando la gente entienda eso, y en gran parte la música sirve para eso, entonces lograremos que la gente se sienta más cercano y más conectado a sus raíces africanas en este sentido.
So he's saying that because of the music, not just Afro beats, but other folkloric traditions, that disconnect that colonialism has created is kind of severed. And that the music and the culture is what allows people who maybe don't know a lot about their African ancestors or about the continent to kind of learn more and to grow more familiar with that and to feel connected to that vibe and the energy that we are of the African diaspora.
Wow. That's a powerful perspective. Is there any particular country in Africa that perhaps Higwe feels more of a connection to than, say, another?
Una pregunta. ¿Hay algunos países en África donde tú sientes más cerca de como conectar o tiene una identificación con algún país en particular?
Sí, en mi caso, que yo nunca he estado en África, pero yo siento mucha cercanía con Angola. Porque tiene que ver con hechos históricos propios de Cuba. Sabemos que muchos cubanos estuvieron en Angola y en Etiopía apoyando allí en todo el proceso de liberación. Y mi madre, cuando yo tenía apenas 2 años, estuvo como maestra en Luanda por 2 años. Y mi padre estuvo primero 2 años en Etiopía y después 2 años en Luanda. Es decir que, de cierta manera, yo tengo un vínculo con ese país porque mi mamá regresaba de vacaciones, traía postales. Yo recuerdo muy pequeño ver postales muy lindas de mujeres africanas. Mi mamá entonces venía y le hacía a mi hermana todos esos peinados africanos que aprendió a hacer en Luanda, algo que no era común en aquellos tiempos en Cuba, no era algo que tú podías ver mientras todas las niñas negras le peinaban, le hacían el pelo, mi mamá le hacía peinados africanos a mi hermana. Entonces trajo música, trajo ropa de Luanda. Entonces eso estableció como una cercanía, ¿no? En mi caso con ese país en específico, con Angola. Y Angola, específicamente.
Okay. Dame un segundo. So he's saying that, he feels a connection to the entire continent in different ways, I think through music and through what he's kind of studied and musically, but that he has a very special relationship and bond to Angola in particular because of the Cubans' involvement in their liberation. And that when he was 2 years old, his mother went as a teacher to support and to live in Angola. And she would come home and bring some of the music, some of the postcards, some of the things. And those are some of the really early kind of images that he remembers seeing of beautiful Black women that don't straighten their hair, that come from the continent. And so those things made him kind of feel that connectivity to Angola in particular. Mm-hmm. And as somebody like me, being from a Puerto Rican ancestry, and also being connected to Santeria, which is the spiritual faith that you see, Santeria and other names of other kind of African spirituality. I think that my connection was with the Yoruba people in Nigeria because of the prayers being done in Yoruban and the bata drums that kind of connected me to that region. So I think that depending on the diaspora and depending on your experience, we have kind of connections to different entry points into the continent.
Wow. What do you, and I thought what you said about, just Yoruba and just kind of the different aspects of the diaspora, all of that is very, very valid and necessary. What do you feel that you want people to take away from the film? What would you like to see? Because we're in a very interesting time historically, globally, right? With all the things that are taking place in the world and specifically in America. And I know how much influence America, has. But, and even though like Afrobeat is just now starting to find its way as a genre on a massive scale where America is acknowledging the strength of music. So I think that, obviously we've seen what has happened with Latin music, and now we have this fusion. But I would say for you all, what do you anticipate the film doing to complement that?
¿Cuál es el foco que tú quieres que la gente que se vea lleva en términos de entendimiento con la música de Afrobeats y la música de Baco Soul? No se oye. Ahora sí.
El objetivo, sí, dime. De Cuba, ¿sabes? Es un poco lenta. Déjame poner el cargador de...
He's saying the connection in Cuba is a little bit challenging, but he's here with us.
Right. Okay.
¿Se escucha ahí? ¿Se escucha?
Sí, sí.
¿Se escucha ahora? Perfecto.
Ajá.
Bueno, mira, es bien importante para nosotros las nuevas generaciones. Cómo los jóvenes pueden entender y conocer de muchos que nadie les enseña. Entonces, música, en este sentido también fue como la herramienta fundamental que utilizamos. Conexión que existe entre Cuba y África no ha sido una conexión que se quedó congelada en el tiempo. No fue algo solamente, comenzó en el pasado, pero no es solamente del pasado.
Are you there?
A partir de la música que se muestra en la película, jóvenes, estado.
Are you there?
Yo, ¿estamos ahí?
Sí.
Yo, ajá. Y cómo la música demuestra en Baco Soul, es evidente cómo esa conexión no se quedó solamente en el folclore, en el pasado, como en la actualidad, en los días de hoy, como Cuba y como mucha gente sigue conectada con esas raíces culturales y espirituales que nos vienen desde el continente africano. Y es por eso que esa fusión entre los ritmos africanos y un ritmo cubano, si se quiere decir, pero que por supuesto tienen su raíz en la música que nos llegó del lado de
DJ Higue is saying is that one of the more important groups that he focuses on when he's thinking about viewers is about the youth, and that young people, it's really important for young people to have that kind of connection and understanding that the connection with Africa and Cuba is not something that's just of the past. It's not something that's just folklore. It's not something just of our ancestors, but it's something that is very present. And that through this musical kind of combination and fusion, young people are able to understand, see, and identify with Africa as being a strong presence in their life. And I think that the music is with the music comes the message, and that young people are proud of their African ancestry and staying connected, not just as something of the past, but as something of the present, and it being a conversation that is still happening today.
How did you and Higue connect?
So we actually, our very first film that we made is called Inventos, Hip Hop Cubano. And that came out in early 2000. And it actually is a film that talks about hip hop in Cuba. And it Dead Prez and Tony Touch and some really like conscious US groups went down there. And so in that time period, me met Higue, who was a cultural organizer of hip hop in Santiago. And then my brother Eli, who's the director, went to live in Ghana for a semester, actually. He did a University of Legon, and then he did a semester in Kumasi. And so we worked on a film called Homegrown Hip Life in Ghana, which is about the fusion of high life and hip hop. And so when we came back to Cuba with that film, we were kind of showing it to DJ Hiwe, and he was like, yo, there's something like this brewing in Santiago that I think we need to check out. And so that's kind of how we became aware of the African students that were studying in Santiago and this musical kind of mixture that was happening. And you know, as somebody who lives in the States, it's crazy how long it's taken for Afrobeats and to reach the US. But it's something that magically, because of these students, was able to go kind of directly from the continent to the Caribbean without the US impact, without the US influence, without the US labels and record industry. It's a very kind of raw and unique connection that Cuba has with the continent as a result of those students.
Absolutely. That's funny. So has Hiwe made it to Ghana yet?
No, Hiwe has never been to the continent yet. So he's talking about like that's his dream and desire. But that through the music, he feels like he's been able to touch some aspects of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the ultimate passport, is the music. And I just say that because I was just coming back from Ghana 3 weeks ago, and I'll be going back in December. But we should do something, you know, because I think the connectivity is very real. And I don't know, Hiwe, I don't know, you know, you guys, have you seen the film My Friend Fela?
Hiwe, ¿han visto una película que se llama Mi Amigo Fela? Yeah, I think we lost. We lost.
We lost Hiwe.
We lost Hiwe. I mean, the fact that he's able to jump on an IG Live all the way from Havana, it just blows my mind.
It's amazing, right? It's crazy. You know, I would say this. I didn't know if we could. Let me see if we can get Hiwe back. But I know we were winding it down. But what I wanted to really say is, I think, man, I salute you all on just doing this project, man, because I think the connectivity in the diaspora is much bigger than people in the West know. Like they're getting hip to an undercurrent that's been there for a long, long time, and everybody's, oh wow, this is this new thing, and it's like, nah, it's been here, like hip hop has been here, and it's good to see our connectivity as people, man. We're not separated by you know, skin color, tribalism, or anything else, you know, and really connecting on consciousness. You know what I mean? Because I think that's where we are in the world, and that's what's really needed. And I think the music is just it's the ultimate act of diplomacy, when you can send the music ahead of yourself. So by the time the creators of the music actually arrive, like a Bob Marley or like a Fela, you know what I'm saying? Or like, wow, I just didn't, I didn't understand, but, you said so much to me through your music. But I love what you've done. I knew about the Homegrown Hip Life project, and that had a real special connection to me. And, I want to just say, thank you to everybody who, took the time to join us. If people want to follow you all, can you give them some information?
Yeah, you can go to Bakoso, BAKOSO _Cuba. You can go to check DJ Hiwe at DJ.JIGUE on IG. And then we have fistup.tv, which is kind of like our production company where you can see the new work that we're working on. And that's FISTUP.TV. And, it's just been an amazing thing to use a vehicle to have these conversations. When we brought Bakoso to Trinidad, and Hiwe was able to go to Trinidad for the first time, and we showed it when I went to Ivory Coast. We did a screening out there. And when we showed it in Panama, when we showed it in Belize, it won best documentary. Like, it's an important conversation that I think at this time is percolating in a way that people can't ignore it, and that these are visual examples that help people that may not see the direct historical one. Maybe you read about it and it feels one way, but to see it and to feel it and to hear it in the music, that's what I think the magic of Bakoso does so well.
Yeah, man. Wow. What do you think the future is for Bakoso?
So we've, thanks to people like the African, Film Festival Atlanta, like we've really gotten some great exposure. We've really kind of been able to reach a wide audience. And then in May, we actually got to release it nationally on PBS. So it was actually screened in people's homes across the country. So we're just hoping it continues to inspire. It continues to bring this conversation to the forefront, and it continues to allow us to feel connected to one another from the diaspora to the continent and back forth, because it's critical that we see these connections and that we are able to feel them as well.
Absolutely. Wow, man. Hopefully maybe one day we'll be screening this, in Ghana as well, since you guys already been, you connected over there. I know
that would be beautiful.
Tell your brother, man, send him all the best for you guys and
all
your
right.
incredible vision. I'm looking forward to continuing to talk and build with you all, because I'm sure there's a lot more storytelling to be done. You know what I mean? There's a lot more storytelling that has to happen. So anything you would like to say to everybody?
Just, thanks for this platform. Thanks for inviting us. Films, as somebody who also is a teacher, films are a really powerful tool to do things in ways that visually and musically connect to people that may not have the similar interests and ideas. So I think that, music and through capturing it through film has a power that we are just kind of like starting to acknowledge and allow us to continue to build in these means.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It feels like, okay. Higwe, we were, I saw you came back on. Higwe, we had to get you on before we closed.
Higwe, ¿tiene alguna última palabra que tú quieres decir? I'm telling you if you want to say any last words.
Bueno, que me disculpen, la conexión de Cuba no permite hacerlo como hubiésemos querido, pero muchas gracias por la oportunidad de expandir el mensaje y de seguir conectando gente alrededor del mundo, para toda la diáspora africana, todos los afrodescendientes alrededor del mundo, compartir nuestra historia y conocernos cada vez más de dónde venimos para saber hacia dónde vamos. Y gracias por la oportunidad.
So he said that sorry about the connection, that he has those challenges, but that he's honored and very thankful for this opportunity for us to share the film, to have this dialogue and this conversation, and that it helps remind us as to where we came from and lets us know where we're going to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell Higwe I'm coming to Cuba, so I need to make connected.
Yeah, él dice que va para Cuba y va a conectar contigo. Y él es de Ghana. So
es más fácil.
Él es de Ghana y también ahora tenemos la conexión mejor con Ghana porque él va y viene de Ghana. So he says it's easier for you to come to Cuba at the moment, but that he would love to go to Ghana at some point.
Yes. Anyway, nice. We're going to build on it, man. We're going to build, brother. Man, thank you all both, man. Much success and many blessings, man, on the journey. All right? Thank you all for this.
We appreciate you. This is an amazing platform, and we look forward to continuing on building.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, man. Thank you.
Bless.